So today I'm going to make a beautiful slow roasted shoulder of lamb. Now shoulder is one of these parts of the animal that does a lot of work, and the best way to cook it is to slow roast these things. So what I'm going to do, I've got a tray in front of me. I've cut an onion into thirds. I've got 2 sticks of celery which I've chopped into bits. I've got a couple of carrots which I've also cut up into bits. And what we're trying to do is actually form a vegetable trivet. The flavour will come out of the vegetables and mingle with the meat juices and actually allow us to produce a great gravy. So what I'm going to do now is just prepare the shoulder of lamb. So I've sliced some garlic into thin slivers. And what I've been doing, I've been taking rosemary. I've got a stalk of rosemary here, and what we don't want is the woody part, the bottom. That's tough, not very good. We want to just peel off the little side shoots and keep the sprigs, because we're going to use the sprigs to stuff our lamb with our slices of garlic. So there's my lemon. All I'm going to do to peel it. Try not to get any of the pithy white bit, that's bitter. So just peel the lemon gently, little slices until you have enough. We're not going to waste the lemon. We're going to cut it in half, and we're actually going to create some roasted potatoes. And what we'll do, we'll drizzle the lemon over the potatoes. So there's our lemon sliced up. All we do next is we take a slice of garlic, a slice of lemon, a piece of rosemary, like so, and we stuff our lamb with the 3. So here is a beautiful shoulder of lamb. It does a lot of work. It's the front leg, and what it needs to do, it needs to have a long, slow process of cooking, because it needs to break down various tendons in here. And actually what we're trying to do here is create an atmosphere in the oven where all the meat basically tenderizes itself, and you can basically rip it apart with a spoon and eat it with a spoon. That's the effect we're after. So what we need to do now, take a sharp knife, big cuts, because you want to get everything in. And the reason I'm using big cuts when I stuff this is because I know that when this goes into the oven, the skin will shrink because of the heat, and my stuffing items will force themselves out. So you want to basically stab deep, press the stuffing, the lamb, the lemon, the garlic and the rosemary. You want to press that right under the skin. So here goes nothing. 1 clove of garlic, 1 piece of garlic, 1 piece of lemon, and what we're going to do, we just open the cut up and force everything in at the same time. And you want to press down so everything is right under the skin. There we go, just like that. And we're going to continue doing this. So the lamb has its flavouring enhancers buried under its surface. So there is our shoulder of lamb. Now all I've done is just poked in the holes where I've stabbed the meat, garlic, rosemary and lemon. So all we do, let's finish this last one off. There's the garlic. Now this is going to add beautiful flavour to this meat while we're slow roasting it. Don't worry about any of the leftover lemon. Just chuck that in the tray and any of the herbs. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put this on my trivet and put it into a heated oven and you want it high, so I'm going to put it on for about 250 degrees centigrade to start the cooking off. I'm going to leave it in there at 25 minutes to get some colour on it, and I'm going to turn it down to about 140 degrees centigrade and let that roast in the oven for a further 3.5 hours. So it'll be cooking time will be 4 hours in total. Now if you've got any leftover herbs, put them on there too, chuck them in, just add some flavour to the gravy you're going to create from this. So right, spread everything out a little bit, and what you're going to do now is take your shoulder of lamb and place that on the top of your vegetables. If it's not on the top, just pack the vegetables around it so it's actually sitting above the pan. There we go. So what I've done, I've splashed on a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, the second press stuff. Never use virgin olive oil to heat and fry things or roast things in. It's a waste of money. All I've done is massaged 2 tablespoons of olive oil onto my meat, and now I need to season this. So get some salt, a couple of twists of salt, and pepper. Now this goes into a preheated oven at 250 degrees for 20 minutes, and then what we'll do, we'll turn this down to about 140-150 degrees and then cook this for a further 3.5 hours, and the meat should actually tenderise and just fall off the bone when we take it out. You can see the colour is actually starting to form on the top, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cover this with tin foil, and I'm probably going to add a cup full of water in here to create a steam bath effect. The meat will not sit in the water, but it will prevent the vegetables underneath it from burning. That should create a steam and actually tenderise the meat as it's cooking. So take your tin foil, crank it up, another layer to the other side. And before we finally seal it and put it back in the oven, I'm adding a cup of warm water and that will prevent my vegetables from burning. All I'm going to do is seal this up tightly. This can go back in the oven now for a further 3.5 hours, and that should be nice when it comes out. If you want to, give it a check after a couple of hours just to make sure everything's fine. Otherwise just let it sit in the oven and cook for you. So here is our beautiful shoulder of lamb, and if we just do a little, the meat is literally falling apart there, which is what we want to see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this out of the tray and let it rest for about half an hour while I finish my potatoes, and we'll serve this up and it's going to be fantastic. So while we're letting this rest, just take the tin foil, put this cooking in, just put it down on the top and put that aside. Now you could also ensure that it is insulated by putting a towel on it or a couple of old tea towels just to it just sort of insulates the top and keeps the heat in. This is our pan juices with our vegetables in it. All we're going to do is make a gravy out of this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some flour to this, add some vegetable stock, and we're going to mash this up and make a little gravy to go with our lamb.